In this video, I want to share with you one of my absolutely favorite online dating cheat codes, and it's my favorite for a few reasons. Number one, you can use it on every single dating site. Number two, it's incredibly easy. And number three, it not only gets you more matches, but it also gets girls to message you, and it makes your conversations better. So I'm going to share with you exactly what that cheat code is and how I specifically use it in my own profiles right now. If you've been watching this channel for any length of time, you'll already know that online dating photos matter a lot. You want photos where you look your physical best. You absolutely need those, in fact. You'd like photos where you look high value. You'd like photos where you look popular. You'd like photos where it looks like you have an interesting life. All of those are very important. They're also very obvious. Pretty much, it's common knowledge, and also it just makes sense that you would need those. However, the photo that gets the most comments, the photo that gets liked the most in my profiles is none of those. It's a different photo. Let me show you that photo right now. So as you can see, this is a pretty basic photo. I guess I don't look unattractive, but it's not my most attractive looking photo. It's not my most high status looking photo, but it is interesting, right? What is it? It's a photo basically of me with a bed full of foreign currencies in front of me. Right? It's like, what the fuck is this? What led to this scenario? And in fact, this is the only photo that I actually caption in my Hinge profile as well. I put the caption "caught in the act." In general, I think that captioning photos is overdone by a lot of guys and can look a little bit try-hard. But in this case, the caption is very, very good. So what is useful about this photo? Why does it work? Is it my most attractive photo? No. Is it my most high-value photo? No. But it is my most commentable photo. It is intentionally designed to get attention. It's intentionally designed to give the girl an easy thing to comment on. So all of those other photos get the girl interested, but she may have writer's block. It may not be easy for her to write something to me, and therefore she doesn't. Therefore she just, gets lazy and doesn't send anything, or she just likes me without commenting and doesn't give me very much to respond to in the messaging. But because I have this commentable, interesting photo, I am able to get most of the girls messaging me rather than just liking, and I'm also able to get far more likes than I would otherwise. So my term for this type of photo is curiosity photo, because it gets her curious and it gives her something she can comment on. It gives her something she can ask a question about. And this is beautiful for a few different reasons, especially with my online dating strategy. Number one, the way that I do online dating on Hinge, I typically am not swiping on girls. I'm just doing a boost and letting them find me. And so giving them something that's easy to like in my profile definitely increases the amount of swipes, and it definitely moves the conversation forward, because most of the time, girls, especially attractive girls, will just generically like a prompt or like a photo without writing anything. But if it's something interesting or something that provokes curiosity, they may ask a question, they may make a comment, and now all of a sudden the conversation starts out at 60 miles per hour instead of 0. It's a major, major difference. And speaking of getting girls to message you, we all know of the dating site Bumble, where the girl has to message you first. How important is it to get a message on that site? Right? I would say that, for most guys on Bumble, for every 5 or 6 or 10 matches they get, maybe they get 1 message. If you could increase that ratio, if you could get 2 or 3 out of 10 instead of 1 out of 10, you doubled or tripled your results. That's an incredible, incredible difference from one little tweak that's not even that hard to accomplish. One other amazing thing about this type of photo is it makes your messaging easier also, because it makes it predictable. Think of it this way. Let's say you have 4 different segments of text in your profile and 3 different photos in your profile, for example. That means there's 7 different things they could comment on. And if you're getting a random assortment of different comments on different things, you have to come up with a lot of brand new messages on the spot based on, a random sampling of things you're getting in. That takes a lot of mental RAM. That takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of creativity. And you're more likely to mess it up because you're being put in unusual situations. If, on the other hand, something like a third or even half of the messages you're getting are about this one photo, and also it's maybe 1 to 3 different predictable messages you get about the photo, that makes your job much easier. So if you get, for example, what's going on in the photo, did you make that money stripping, and what sort of illegal activity are you into, right? Those are 3 very common responses that you're gonna get a lot of the time to a photo like this one, for example. And whatever your curiosity photo is, it's gonna have themes that will be commentable, and it will be, again, very, very predictable. You'll get the same 2 to 3 very easy responses every single time, and all you have to do is come up with good responses for that. And just for reference, in my own personal results, about a third of the girls that message me based on one of my photos or prompts message on this photo. And a lot of them message along the lines of me being a stripper, which is obviously a theme or a conversational thread that's very easy to turn sexual. So obviously those conversations tend to go very, very well. So how do you create your own curiosity photo? Well, the easiest way would be go get a big stack of foreign currencies, go find a bed, write caught in the act, and then eagerly await for every single girl you message or match with to be like,
"You're the 15th guy with a photo of money on his bed. Is this a new meme?"
No, just kidding. I don't suggest doing that because there's a likelihood way too many guys are going to do that. And also, honestly, what you choose should reflect your life, and you should actually have a good backup story for it and a good explanation for how it connects to the story of you. That's also another useful thing, right? Not only does it get engagement, but it also serves to round out your personality, round out who you are, and it should be congruent with you, as should everything in your online profile be, right? It's a good idea to copy elements of my profile, but you do want to make it your own because you don't want to show up on the date and they expect me, and then they're like,
"Wait, you're not as funny, you're not as cool."
I'm just kidding. But yeah, you do want to convey yourself in your profile. That's the whole point of an online profile. But how do you practically create one of these? Well, the fact of the matter is it's a little bit of trial and error, right? It's like you're asking a comedian, how do you come up with a good joke? Well, what you do, you write a bunch of jokes, you hone them, you try them out, you try and make them better. And then when you think one is good, you put it out on your profile and you go with it. Now, what should it ideally be? It should be a little unusual, right? A little unusual, a little eye-catching, a little bit confusing, right? Confusion and curiosity are almost synonymous. And then maybe make the caption something that makes it more of what we call an open loop. Something that, plays up the confusion or plays up the you don't know or plays up the I could tell you more aspect of it, right? So those are the kind of things you want to do. You want to start with something that's a little unusual. You want to try and caption it in a way that makes it a little bit more unusual seeming or a little bit more like it's a mystery, you could guess. Something along the lines of that, hopefully without being too cheesy. And then you just have to try it. One of the biggest secrets in online dating, which unfortunately you do have to do, is you put something in your profile, you see if it works. If it doesn't, you switch it with something else. However, I will tell you, once you come up with a good curiosity photo, your results will magnify, so it is absolutely worth the effort to do so. One additional tip for creating your curiosity photo, if in addition to being unusual, it's also impressive, that's very useful. And in fact, if it borders on unbelievable, that can actually be useful as well, right? So if, for example, you're wearing a spacesuit and she wonders a little bit, how on earth did you actually wear that spacesuit? Did you have some connection to NASA? Like, what the heck's going on there? That might be useful, especially with an interesting caption that maybe is suggestive that maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Another one that can work is occasionally photos with celebrities, which, by the way, can be a social proof photo or a value photo as well. But if it's an unusual celebrity, unusual situation, or it seems like it's not a posed photo, or it seems like you might know that person, or it seems like an unusual situation to be with that celebrity. Maybe it's how did this happen? What's the story behind it? Maybe you could put a caption that's like guess the story or something like that, right? So anything that is impressive as well, or even unbelievable a little bit, can be a great curiosity photo. And I want to draw one more distinction, which is that a curiosity photo and a photo of you doing a hobby are not the same thing. You skiing is not going to make her massively curious about you. You doing rock climbing is not going to make her massively curious about you. You in a karate uniform is not going to make her massively curious about you. Those are lovely things to convey a bit of your lifestyle to the girl, especially if you do them well, if they look impressive in some way. That can be good for its own purposes, but these are not curiosity photos. End of the day, what is the acid test for what is a curiosity photo? Drum roll. Does it work as a curiosity photo? When you put it in your profile, does it get the intended result? If it doesn't matter how much you say, oh, I'm following Todd's advice, you're not. Because if you're keeping it up on your profile when it's not working, that's directly contradicting my advice, right? The real world, real women are the acid test. So theorize all you want, try different things, tweak them, iterate. The key to online dating, deep down, is to keep trying, keep testing until you get it to work, right? So take this idea, test it, try it. Once you get one that works, you'll see a dramatic improvement in your results. By the way, I'm gonna be going much more in depth on online photos in my upcoming course, Online Dating Academy, which is releasing super, super soon. And there's also gonna be a special pre-sale offer that's gonna be for my email list only. So if you wanna be involved in that, sign up to the email list because it's exclusive to that list. You're not gonna want to miss this offer. All right, thanks again for tuning in. See you on the next video.